We're all familiar with WWE 2K18, right? Seth Rollins on the cover, available on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and a fun overall game. Well, there was an infamous version that came out a month after the game's original release date in mid-October 2017. That would be the Nintendo Switch port. Released worldwide on December 6, 2017, WWE 2K18 would be the first game on a Nintendo console since WWE 13 on the Wii and WWE All-Stars on the Nintendo 3DS back in 2011. The less I have to think about the Wii port of WWE 13, the better. Despite the game coming to the Switch, the game was pretty negatively reviewed by fans and critics alike due to the game's poor performance, graphical downgrades, and more. The game would struggle to keep a proper frame rate during entrances and gameplay outside of standard singles matches. IGN would give the game 3.8 out of 10, stating the WWE series hits rock bottom with this nearly unplayable Switch port. Metacritic would rate the game 35 out of 100 with scores ranging between 30 and 40 overall. Even with the few patches since the game's release on the Switch, it wasn't enough to make the game playable to most players. But that got me thinking, could there be a way to improve this issue? What if I overclocked the Nintendo Switch and checked to see if there were any differences? Well, that's what I did. Quick disclaimer before I continue. This video will not teach anyone how to tamper with their Nintendo Switch. Just a fair warning there. Also, there will be a frame rate counter in the top left corner of the screen to show you how the frame rate is within the footage of this video. To start, I tested out AJ Styles' entrance, and there were serious frame rate drops after AJ's pyro went off. After overclocking the Switch's CPU, GPU, and memory to max settings, I did notice the frame rate improve a bit for AJ's entrance. This may have been affected by the arena used in the footage, since I did change it, since the animation of the arena template for showcasing a wrestler's name also does have an effect on the frame rate overall. The arena video doesn't get affected by the overclocking, and the loading screens doesn't really have any change either. Other entrances can be hit or miss, like the Undertaker's entrance or even the Miz's entrance. I did notice the Elimination Chamber match have a better performance at the start in comparison to when the Switch isn't overclocked, which is pretty good relief right there. Also, the 6-man ladder match did an alright job, but there were some noticeable slowdown moments when it came to the execution of some move animations. But even Hell in a Cell was fine when it came to that match's performance. There was one match type that really got me curious though. Backstage Brawl. The gameplay and frame rate stayed pretty consistent between 29 and 30 frames per second, but there was a hiccup involving Randy Orton's model in the interview area. I also compared gameplay in a standard match before and after the overclocking, and there seemed to be a better performance there too. The frame rate of the Jericho-AJ match was noticeably better after overclocking compared to AJ-Seth before overclocking. Now, does overclocking your Switch make this game better? A tad, but there are still some factors in play. The visual graphics aren't going to change, and the frame rate depends on the arena/location, and some dips can happen if there are multiple people, but it seems to be an improvement after overclocking the Switch. So we can pretty much deem that this is a bit of more of a hardware issue compared to the game, even though you did have to downgrade things. Now, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch that can be overclocked, just stick with any other port of this game for a better overall performance. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I found another copy of this game that was released overseas. The game is the same, but the back of the case is different. Sasha Banks does get removed from the back to fill the backside with text that is Arabic for the game. And then when it comes to the back screenshot, Cesaro would have his screenshot moved in location. And we'd also see Randy Orton and Triple H get their screenshots replaced by Darren Young and Ren Metalik. So you tell me in the comment section below, did the gameplay look better after the Switch got overclocked or not? And if anyone else has tried this on their Nintendo Switch, let me know about your results as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out, and good day, everybody.